Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me: I do not just use the tarot. I use God the customs in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things. But if it does not stop Charlemagne the guy, it will not stop me. So how are you guys doing? Engine number 27. I hope that this message finds you well. We are going to just go ahead and do a quick reading. God, what information do you have for us to become the alchemists of our lives, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. One more card, please. One more. All right. Cute. So the two cards that came out is caution and consciousness. Caution, consciousness. Angel number 117. Cautious consciousness with confidence. Caution, consciousness. The message that I am getting is that God is asking you to be conscious of your subconscious. It's like, no, I feel like what God is saying is like, He wants you to start being more aware of your spiritual alignment, focusing more on your spiritual alignment versus I don't know, versus anything. Angel number 202. I really feel like with this message of caution and consciousness coming up, God is just asking you to start being more aware of your alignment with you and your goals, and if you're being confident towards them. Also, I feel like when God, with this caution coming out, I feel like what God is saying is, make sure that you're making decisions. Make sure that you are not only making decisions, but you're moving in a way that is in alignment with where you're ultimately trying to go. But ultimately, what I get overall about this message is that God just really wants you to be very mindful of your alignment, of your spiritual alignment, just like where you're vibrating at for some reason. That's what I'm getting. But let's get some more information. So the yellow cards is perhaps the most polarizing of all the colors. It has also been associated with the sun. It is associated with the... I'm not even going to read that. I'm just going to focus on what these cards mean. This card is a signal not to rush things. It asks you to slow down and listen to your inner voice. If something doesn't feel right about the situation that you're in, ask questions, honor your intuition, and proceed with care. And so again, to go back on what I was saying originally, angel number 323, what God is saying is that you need to be mindful of the actions, the choices that you're making, and making sure that they're in alignment with where you're ultimately trying to go. I feel like... I also feel like what God is saying is like, don't let anybody rush you. Don't make any rush decisions. And really take the time to think about the things that you want, and making sure that you are moving in a way and that the things that you are doing is in alignment with where you're trying to go. I keep hearing that. Make sure that whatever you're doing, that it's in alignment with where you're trying to go. If you feel like something isn't right deep down inside, then don't go with it. Earlier in another video, I was explaining to you guys how I had got somebody reached out to me at LinkedIn. I was about to hire a virtual assistant, and it was just something about like how the lady went from being like she was the recruiter to being like, well, you got to talk to somebody else, that it didn't feel right to me. But then I was also really sad because I'm like, damn, but I really like this idea. I really would love some help with my social media. And so instead of like continuing down that path because I wanted some help with social media, I just like made a decision elsewhere. Like I looked on another website, and now I'm able to connect with somebody, angel number 444, that is more in alignment with not only where I am spiritually and mentally, but she's also, her content is in alignment with what I'm trying to do. So it's like it ended up working out, and it all worked out because I took that caution and I actually listened to my intuition and not force something that wasn't really for me. Okay. I feel like that's also what we have to realize, is that our intuition is always talking to us. We always have those feelings of being like, and then so often we just, because this world has taught us like, you and your feelings, or you in your head, we just override that feeling, and then we get in these situations and we're like, fuck, like I knew I shouldn't have gotten in that situation. Agent number 525. And so God is saying to avoid that, like just really listen to those nudges that you get. If you are doing anything in today or within this week that like makes you feel like, listen to it. Like don't keep going through it. Don't try to override it, but actually listen to that, your intuition. Angel number 544. Okay, for this card of consciousness is our ability to feel and sense what is around us and within us, and tapping into a deeper universal connection. Allow yourself to go beyond yourself and your ego. Tune into the consciousness deeply as you move forward in your journey. So again, doubling down on what I was saying before, what God is saying is that a lot of us, we get nervous about journeying into the unknown, because we're like, well, you know, how am I going to figure it out? I don't know anybody in the industry, or I don't know what to do. But what God is trying to tell you is that it's not about you knowing anybody. It's about you being confident in yourself and being grounded in yourself, to where if you just listen to when caution come up, like that's what it is. God is saying, I'm always talking to you. You don't have to worry about doing things alone. If you just ground down and listen to your intuition, you will hear when things are right for you and when things are wrong for you. I feel like what God is saying in this next chapter of our life, or when we're trying, maybe not even next chapter, the next chapter in our life, as we're journeying into this unknown, as we're committing to the journey, what God is saying is what's going to be essential is that we're listening to our intuition, and that we're allowing our intuition to lead and guide us. And God is saying, when you have those moments of caution, if you don't use those moments of cautions or those roadblocks as being like, oh, God not asking this for me, but using it to look for another solution, and then just taking that time to tap in, to be silent with yourself, you can get those solutions. I told you guys, I stopped doing IG because I just felt like it was taking away too much time from my creative projects. And so I was like journaling. I wasn't even thinking about IG in my conscious. Like I was doing my morning pages, and it literally was like, okay, do this for your IG. All right, bye. Like it was just like that. I was just like, I wrote it and I'm like, wait a minute, God, wait, huh? Like, so wait, what? So now I gotta go back to IG. And so that's what God is saying, is like, when you commit to this journey, when you take that time to learn how to talk to God, or when you take those, not even learn how to talk to God, when you take those time to do your morning pages, to do meditation, to do yoga, or to do whatever your form of yoga is, that is how you learn how to communicate with God. That is how you learn how to strengthen your intuition. So often people are like, well, I don't know how to use my intuition. You gotta listen to it. You gotta listen to it when it say caution, don't do it. That's why so many of you guys, you get these cautions and you're constantly overriding it, and you're number 828, and then you're looking like, well, I don't understand like why my intuition isn't working. It's because you don't listen to it, okay? It's because you're not listening to your intuition. So this message is, God is saying, you will start feeling confident, and you'll start feeling like you will feel more confident in the unknown when you start to trust your intuition more. That's what it is. Very simple. I ain't even gonna keep dwelling on it. Last message for confidence. Confidence is not a fixed attribute. It's something that we're constantly working to build throughout our lives. In this reading, this card signifies that it's the right time to start working with and enhancing your sense of self-confidence. How can you build more confidence in your life in a meaningful way? Angel number 1914. And so for me, what I'm realizing is that as I'm working on, honestly, sis, as I'm starting to like really just commit to my journey and not like look out anywhere else or really ask people for their opinion or trying to do what other influencers or whatever the fuck these people are called doing, and just trusting my path, I'm feeling more confident in myself. I'm making more wiser decisions. I'm starting to see the growth. I'm starting to see myself move, and I really feel like it's not because I'm like, I really just feel like it's because I'm tapped in. Like, I'm in alignment with myself. I'm more so focused on my alignment. And when you're focused on your alignment, then you can track all the things that are for you. When you're focused on your alignment, and when you make sure that you stay in alignment and you listen to your intuition, then you're able to make those pivots and those turns because you're tapped in. It's this reading is just all about being in alignment, and it's all about the importance of you being in alignment and of you allowing alignment to lead. I don't feel like I'm seeing the growth on this IG channel because of, I don't know, because y'all, damn sure because y'all ain't sharing it. It ain't because y'all liking the channel, but yet somehow I'm starting to see growth in these channels. I went from, at one point I used to tell y'all, oh, I only see 4 people looking at these videos. Now it's 10. And it's not because, again, it's not because y'all not liking it. You know, it's not because y'all liking it. It's not because y'all are sharing it. Maybe, but I feel like it's because I have been in a spiritual alignment. It's because every time before I even start these videos, I set the intention that, hey, my light is on. I want the people that need this information to come find me. And so because I continue to focus on my alignment and do things that are good to me and take those cautions when necessary, I not only feel more confident and grounded in myself, but I'm also attracting more things to me. Do you hear what I'm saying? I hear what I'm saying, and I'm like, wow. I am starting to see the growth. It is not because it's not because of anything external. I really, wow, like I'm realizing that I'm seeing the growth, and I'm seeing the consistency, and I'm seeing shit paying off because I'm not chasing shit no more. It's because I'm focused on my alignment, and because I'm focused on my alignment, I'm starting to see God power in my life. I'm starting to see God move in my life. Angel number 1144. All right, God, what do you want us to know? Universe, guardian angels, ancestors, what do you want us to know about this message of caution, consciousness, and confidence? Caution, conscious, and confidence. CCC. Caution, conscious, confidence. Caution, conscious, confidence. What do you want us to know, God? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Also, this card of hunger is sitting up at me. And so what God is saying is that though the universe hears your hunger, the universe is actually fed off of your hunger. And so when you're in alignment and you're so focused and you're so in tunnel vision and you're so obsessed about bringing this vision about, then that's how God and the universe is able to get all of those resources to you, because of your confidence is fueling it. What would you love to do? What would you love to do? Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? You leave behind footprints of love. The legend of the Bigfoot continues. So what would you love to do? Caution, consciousness, and confidence. What God is saying is, if you're not feeling conscious, if you're not feeling confident in your life, if you're not feeling confident in your life, then what you need to ask yourself is, am I doing things that are in alignment with where I'm trying to go? Depression, sadness, anxiety, all of this are caution. All of this is our triggers. All of this is our intuition speaking to us, telling us that something needs to change. Caution, something needs to change. When that light come on in your car, you be like, oh shit, let me get it together. Angel number 1330. That's what these emotions of sadness and all that shit coming up. It's coming up because your body is like, hey, we need to make a change. This isn't in alignment with our soul. And so your soul is saying, what would you love to do? Change is always good. Woo! I believe it there. Change is always good. I believe it there. What do you want to do? God is saying, if you have been feeling anxious, if you have been feeling sad, if you have been feeling any of those low vibrational negative emotions, it's not because you're fucked up. Depression never comes about because you're fucked up. It comes about because your mind and your soul is like, hey, something isn't right. Hey, we need to change something. Angel number 1411. And so what God is saying is, what would you love to do? And love and change is always good. So it also changes actually the part and the reason why we are here. We're here to evolve as humans. And so if you have been doing the same thing over and over and you're feeling sad and you're feeling depressed, that's your soul saying, hey, caution, girl, we're going the wrong way. We are all in alignment. And so we need to focus on what we would love to do to get that confidence that is meant for you. All right. Angel number 1440. I am actually going to leave the message here. I'm going to get us a quick blessing. A quick blessing to end this message. God, what is a blessing that comes to our life if we decide to listen to our intuition, if we decide to listen to our emotions and just focus on what we would love to do? What if we focus on changing anything that is not in alignment with ourselves and just focus on feeling good inside, God? What blessing would you impart on our life if we decide to focus on what we would love to do? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. Clarify this message with caution, consciousness, and confidence. What would you love to do? And change is always good. What blessing comes on our life if we start to work with our intuition on a daily basis? God, name I pray. Ashe. What blessing comes on our life if we decide to work with our intuition on a daily basis? The blessing of positive thought. Each time you notice a negative thought cross your mind, stop and consciously replace it with a positive one. Practice this until the pattern is broken. You will set yourself free. This is the blessing you give yourself. It will lead you to a feeling of deep peace and contentment. So what God is saying in Angel number 1611, whenever you find yourself feeling a negative emotion, whenever you find yourself feeling a negative feeling, if you would just stop and try to say, what is this feeling trying to teach me? How can I get closer to what I would love to do? How can I get closer into alignment with my goals? And you do that on a day-to-day basis. God was saying it will not only give you deep peace, but it will give you deep peace and contentment, aka confidence. Angel number 1640. And the last blessing that God would like to bless on your heart is a blessed heart. If you feel that something is missing, look within and you will find it. What is your heart saying? Your heart is the gateway to your soul, and your soul is the eternal you. Know that you are free, protected, and blessed. Angel number 1701. So I will actually leave you guys with that message. God is just saying these feelings of anxieties, these feelings of depression, this feeling that, oh my God, I'm running out of time. Like, it really is not saying that there's anything wrong with your mind or there's anything wrong with you, but it really is saying that your soul is begging for you to do something differently. So if for this month you decide that every time a negative emotion comes up, you're going to replace it with the positive emotion, see how much of your life will change. If just for this month, instead of doing anything that you're supposed to do, you do what you would love to do, see how much confident you are and how blessed you truly are. What you're looking for, the thing that you're yearning, is you. Nobody else can fill up that hole, that well, but you. So what are you gonna do? All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. Angel number 1759. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message and you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. To wrap this one up, this reading is all about using those negative emotions and starting to actively making a conscious decisions to change those and to make sure that we are doing things that are in alignment with our heart and our soul, because love is always the motherfucking reason. All right, y'all. Angel number 1833. See you soon. Bye.